Example 10. Find an equation for the secant line through the points where x has the given values. Find an equation for the line tangent to the curve when x has the first value. So our function is y equals 4 square root of x, and the points they gave us were x equals 1 and x equals 4. So starting with a secant, find its slope. It's going to be f of 4 minus f of 1 over 4 minus 1. So that's going to be 4 square root of 4 minus 4 square root of 1 divided by 3. So that's 4 times 2 minus 4 times 1 divided by 3. 8 minus 4 over 3 is 4/3. So our slope is a fraction this time, and that's fine. The rise is 4, the run is 3, and so that would be a slope that looks like that. Now to write its equation, y equals mx plus b, we must use one of the points. Now look, when we did f of 1, we got 4, so that's the point 1, 4. And we did f of 4, we got 8, so that's the point 4, 8, and it doesn't matter which one of the two you choose. I'll choose the first one. So I'll use 1, 4 and a slope of 4/3. So we're going to use 1, 4 and a slope of 4/3. So y is 4, m is 4/3, x is 1 plus b. So 4 equals 4/3 plus b. I need to subtract 4/3 from 4. So 4 minus 4/3 is my b value. Common denominator, 12 over 3 is 4, minus 4 over 3, so my b is 8 over 3. So the equation of my tangent line is y equals 4/3 x plus 8/3. So y equals 4/3 x plus 8/3. Now we have to do the tangent line. So y equals 4 square root of x, and x equals 1. So at that first value of x equals 1, what is the equation of the tangent? So the slope of the tangent is the definition of the derivative. It's the limit as h goes to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. So f of x plus h is going to be 4 square root of x plus h. So that's going to be the limit as h goes to 0, 4 square root of x plus h minus the original 4 square root of x divided by h. And so in this case, we're going to have to do something called rationalizing the numerator. So what I have to do is I have to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate. So 4 square root of x plus h plus 4 square root of x. On the bottom, 4 square root of x plus h plus 4 square root of x. You see, I can't simply substitute h as 0 because I would get a 0 denominator. So this is the technique we use. Now that's going to be the limit as h goes to 0. And here I have to FOIL. I'm going to do it really carefully. So it's going to be 4 square root of x plus h times 4 square root of x plus h. So that's going to be 16 times x plus h. Because when you multiply a square root times itself, you get what's inside. Because that would be the square root of n squared, which is n. So because these two radicals are the same, it removes the root. Then I'm going to multiply this outer, so that's going to give me a plus 16 square root of x plus h. Now those radicals are not the same, so you can't remove the root. You're just going to have to leave it inside the square root. I'm going to do the inner part, and look, that's going to be minus 16 square root of x and x plus h. And then the last two are going to be minus 16x. And all of this is over this long stuff we have in the denominator, h times 4 square root of x plus h plus 4 square root of x. So these radical terms are opposites, and they'll cancel out. That's going to leave me with a limit, h goes to 0, of 16x plus 16h minus 16x over this long thing, h times 4 square root of x plus h plus 4 square root of x. Now, I'm not going to multiply that h through, and you'll see why. These 16x and minus 16x cancels out, and once simplified, I've got a 16h divided by an h times 4 square root of x plus h plus 4 square root of x, and these h's will divide out. And so that gives me the limit as h goes to 0 of 16 over 4 square root of x plus h plus 4 square root of x. And the good news is now I can put in an h as 0 and I won't get a 0 denominator. So it's 16 divided by 4 square root of x plus 0 plus 4 square root of x. And of course, x plus 0 is x, so 4 square root of x plus 4 square root of x. So that's 16 over 8 square root of x. I'm adding, it's just like 4x plus 4x or 4t plus 4t. I just add the coefficients. And then I can divide 8 into 16, get a 2. So after all of that, my formula for the slope of the tangent is 2 over the square root of x. And they told me x is 1. Remember, we want to do it where x is 1. So my slope is going to be 2 over the square root of 1, which is 2. And my point is 1, 4. Because remember, when I put 1 in for square root of x, I get 4 times 1. So these are the two things I need to write an equation of a line. So y equals mx plus b becomes 4 equals 2 times 1 plus b. So 4 is 2 plus b gives me 2 equals b. So y equals 2x plus 2 is the equation of my tangent at x equals 1. Tangent line at x equals 1. And this is tangent to f of x equals 4 square root of x. So the trick to this one is to know that when you have a radical in your numerator, you have to multiply the top and the bottom by the conjugate of this numerator. And that's going to make it where you can substitute h equals 0. So the equation for the tangent line we got was 2x plus 2.